Last we left off, after a couple hours of picking Ismark's brain about Strahd, Barovia, and all things in between, you returned with him to his home, where you met his adopted sister, Ireena. You learned that while she was unsure of what was best, she trusts her brother in his idea that she would be safer in Vallaki. Still not convinced you were being told the truth about Ismark's intent, you decided to check out the basement, only to find him making toys for the local children, replicating the famous toy maker, Blinksy. After a good morning meal, you all headed to the local church with the burgomaster's casket loaded on the back of a cart. Ismark and Ireena ask you to kindly alert the father that they had arrived while they have a moment alone before the burial. Upon entering the church, little more than a fragmented husk of what it used to be, you greeted Father Donovich. During small talk, you hear from below, "Father, I'm starving!" What do you do?
Who's starving?
I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
There's somebody that's hungry. Could you direct me to where they are?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I didn't. Where did you hear that?
Yeah, is that just Nicodemus or something?
No, I've already ate this morning. I definitely heard it as well.
Can I roll a perception check and try to determine from where it came from?
We actually rolled a perception check last time, and both you and Honora were the only two that heard it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys were the only two that heard it, and you both heard it coming from below.
Is there a basement or something underneath us? I hear somebody in trouble.
Most churches do have basements. That's where we keep some
Starving children?
No, not starving children. Books and spare pews. But I've replaced these so many times. All that's left down there is rubble.
I heard something. Let's go check it out. Come on, priest.
What do you say you hear? You said you hear someone starving?
Yes.
Look around. Everyone is starving.
Well, we can help.
I didn't hear anything. I've got good hearing.
I'm gonna start stomping on the floorboards. The floorboards, I'm assuming.
Okay. Yeah.
And be like, "Hello, is somebody below?"
No response. You don't hear anything. You don't hear the sound of anyone yelling again. Father Donovich says, you probably just heard someone outside. The kids all the time running around. Mother, father, I'm hungry. Is it time for supper yet? I mean, it's breakfast, so maybe someone...
Ira will walk forward and say, Father, my companions are particularly determined folk. If you're hiding something, it's probably best to just let us know now.
Can I roll an insight check on this guy as well?
I was about to say the same.
Yeah, anybody that wants to roll an insight check can.
Okay.
Ira, if you roll, you can roll with advantage.
Ooh, there we go. First roll of the night, let's go.
Panton, I'll always take your first roll just for...
Yeah. And this time I only have one screen open, so I don't know why it's double clicking like that.
It's okay. Anderson, you can, even though you didn't hear the scream, you can definitely see his eyes shifting, searching for any sort of an excuse. Ira, similar. You can tell that he's not being truthful. And as he kind of realizes you coming up and saying, that everybody's persistent, that he better just let it out now, he looks down and kind of clasps his hands together and starts twiddling his thumbs a little bit and closes his eyes, kind of starts shaking a little bit nervously. Listen, What I'm about to tell you is going to sound real bad, but just let me finish before you do or say anything.
You have 1 minute.
About a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, a mage came through and took a bunch of villagers up to the castle. You know, a bunch of people to revolt against Strahd. My son was one of them. My son Doru, he went up there, sword in hand to fight off the devil Strahd. The mage, he fought a bunch of the villagers from all the different villages. They fled, but my son, he stayed. Strahd captured him. The battle lost. He turned him, he turned him into a vampire spawn. Then, 6 months later, he let him go. My son, he came home to me, looking for help, anything. So I've kept him chained in the basement. Not knowing what to do.
So let me get this straight. Your son's a vampire, and you're keeping him locked up in the basement without any food?
A vampire spawn, is that different from what Strahd is?
Are you asking out of character or in character?
In character.
He's not even remotely close as powerful as Strahd.
What does he eat? Because we can bring him food.
Their diets, unfortunately, are still the same.
What do you feed him?
It's a curse, right? Is there anything your god can do, Nico?
Not usually. Usually we just take care of him.
Father, he needs blood,
but not
doesn't
in the
he?
same way that Father Donovich is taking care of him.
Correct. I was trying to, not be so harsh. He's standing right there.
To answer your question, Father Donovich says, yes, he does. And I give it to him.
You what?
There's people dying in our city, in our village. And at the brink of death, when there is nothing else that I can do, give them milk of the morning, Lord, to help them transition to the next life. And before their body settles, I take it down to son and allow him to, take some nourishment from someone that's, already almost passed.
And tell me why on earth I shouldn't slit your throat here now.
Do you have child? Do any of you have children?
That, partner, that don't matter.
Hold on, Anderson, calm down. It's okay. You said that werewolves attacked your temple?
All Strahd's minions. Sometimes werewolves. Before it's been zombies. All sorts of creatures of the night come.
Why does he send his minions over to y'all?
Is it to get your son back?
Oh.
It sounds like you said Strahd released him. He came back to the village.
Yes, he was scared. He was frightened. He had nowhere else to go. He lived in the forest for a little bit, feasting off of deer and in wolves and different things. But he finally came back to me and asked for help, and that was the best I could do. Look, I keep him locked in the cellar.
But wouldn't it be a kindness to end his curse?
can't.
One way or another?
I hope for someone to come through here that may be able to lift his curse and
maybe
save
not
his
lift,
life.
but
Can we meet him?
Look, partner, we can put your son out of his misery if that's what you're asking.
It's not what I'm
I don't think
asking.
he's asking that.
I'm asking for someone to save him, cure him, make my son come home. Here, come with me. I show you his room. And Father Donovich walks down the hall and opens up a bedroom and steps inside.
Very dark in here.
Is it not?
surprise attack.
I can't see anything in this room.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's
while they're
the
doing
fog
that-
of war over top of dynamic lighting.
Oh, did I really do that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Seems
I do
okay.
Reveal areas.
While they're doing that, I want to inspect this
Did that work?
this pedestal that he was at earlier. I'm looking for any ores or anything like that over here.
Give me a second. I'm trying to deal with the
Yeah, no problem. I got you.
difficulty.
For sure.
Let me see if I can't. That is so weird. Hopefully that doesn't continue to be a problem.
I can see like everything except for the room.
Real?
Yeah.
I
The room is
literally,
still dark.
I literally cannot get rid of that area.
Yeah, all of the rooms are blacked out still.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the outside of the church, and
I know,
on
I
the
got rid
left
of it.
side,
Um,
on the right side, I can't see anything, and I can't see in the room. Now, granted, I'm not in the room, so
yeah, for shit's sake, John Allen.
We can
Don't-
edit this part out.
Yeah, something like
You mean
that.
John can edit this part out?
I'm assistant editor.
So then we can all do our little dances then, and this will all get edited out, right?
And I'm gonna eat some more chicken.
Oh, reveal area rectangle. All right, there we go.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
All right, perfect. All right.
Now I can see that.
Now I'm on.
Okay.
Now we're on the same page. Now you can see outside, but that'll work for now.
Yeah.
As you step inside, it's just a simple room. It's a bed, and the headboard above the well-maintained bed is a symbol of the Morning Lord, a sun at the top. You know, this was his room. He was a good boy. He is still my son. He still has place. I keep it for him. For whenever he is fixed, he can come here and he can stay and sleep with me again. Sleep under the same roof.
But
Why are you taking us here, not to where he is? I thought that's what you were doing.
Oh no, I think this is like his room before he became a vampire.
yeah, but
Alright.
we want to talk to him, please.
I don't know
Make
if
su-
that's best idea.
We don't want to make sure he's not a monster.
Panton, what
If
did you
he's a
say you were
vampire,
looking for in the
that's
other room?
Right.
In this area, I'm just looking for any trapdoors or hidden doors. Over here by the
Altar?
priest. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Altar.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay. And I think I'm rolling double because of advantage. Let's see if that happens again.
Maybe.
That's probably that case.
Okay.
It's just doing two separate rolls.
Looking around, It's really hard to see anything with all the debris. You kind of kick and shove some of the torn up benches. You try to push the altar a little bit to see if it swings and reveals, a hidden staircase or a trapdoor or something. But you don't find anything. Father Donovich eventually comes over and opens up the other door.
Is it to this room right here? Oh,
Nope,
it's
right there.
Okay.
And inside you see a room filled with neglect. Punched holes in the ceilings have allowed water to collect, leaves, mold, mildew, puddles of water standing on the floor. And you see in the corner, nothing obstructing over top of it, a trapdoor. Chained over top of it and a padlock on there. You can hear deep below, "I can smell them, Father! Are you bringing me food? Live food? Oh, I wait to feast. I am so sorry. I will take you down there, but you must know what you're heading into. He is not my son.
He's unrestrained down there.
No, he is chained. He is chained. I keep him.
Look, partner, let me be honest with you. I don't know if there's a cure for vampirism. And look, I'm not doing this for any personal reasons. I'll make it quick. You won't feel anything. But the only way out of this is the only way I know how. Look, it won't be painful. I'll make it quick, and it'll be done.
Is there no other way?
Not that I'm aware.
We should at least have a look before we decide to murder this child.
Well, you say murder, I say put him out of his misery, but I guess it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, living restrained in the basement of your father is no way to live a life.
He looks over at you, Nicodemus, and you'll say child, but he is probably your age. He is child to me. I am old. He is child to me. He is my child. And he kneels down and removes a key from his pouch and unlocks the chain, and looking up at you with merciful eyes, let's just, maybe if you see him, you might think of something you can do. Please don't hurt my son. Look, he is not hurting anyone. I have not done anything to
Except
anybody.
for the ones that you decide to hurt.
They were dead. They were dying. People bring their bodies here, and I allow them after they are dead to drink the blood. They know
to
no
let
different.
a monster live.
Anderson, they called me a monster too.
I mean, we've also called Anderson a monster.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying maybe we should...
Hasn't had anything to eat for a while. He kind of becomes a monster as well.
Yes.
I mean,
think
everybody,
we should just take a look before we
everybody
decide
has the
anything.
capacity for priest. We do appreciate your.
Can you say that one more time, Nora?
Sorry, my background is so right now.
It's all right.
Fine.
We're missing everything, or at least I am.
Sorry. I said, priest, we appreciate your candor, and everyone has the capacity for good and evil. So you can tell that he's being honest with us. So take a deep breath, Anderson. We'll check it out. We'll see what the conditions are. If we feel like he's safe, really restrained.
Anderson, if there was another way to heal him, would you take that route?
I don't see why not.
And maybe we should find out if there's any other way to save his child.
There's so much death in this town already. I don't know if we want to come in and cause more.
Look, again, this ain't personal. I'm offering to just make it quick and easy for everyone.
We understand, but if the situation's under control, maybe we can do some research and come back with an option for a cure.
Look, let's just go take a look at him. We need to save the damage.
And he lifts up the wooden hatch, and it falls back and rests up against the wall, revealing a ladder down. And he climbs down first. After that, need to know everyone's marching order. Who's going to go next?
I'll go in like right after the priest.
I'll go in
right
behind
after.
Anderson.
Alright, I'm going in after him. Whatever.
Okay. So
I guess Anora's not a big fan of wanting to even see this, so she'll be last. It's fine.
Anderson, then
Okay,
Panton.
I'll go before Anora then, I suppose.
Mhm.
Okay.
Do we have time for this? I guess we're doing it.
Well,
The funeral
just-
can go on without us.
They're gonna
right.
have
They
to
want to
with the old man.
put their father in sacred ground, but I don't know if this ground is sacred anymore.
As you climb down the stairs, you see that it is a dimly lit. Couple candles strewn about in the room, just keeping it bright enough to where he can see. Anderson, the first thing that you notice when you get to the bottom is right here. A few bones littered on the ground. At least some remains. They definitely look human.
That's neat.
Anderson, just please, for me, restrain yourself. Please.
I've just got my eyes on this on the priest. I do not trust him.
Donovich steps. Father Donovich steps another 5 feet into the room. Son, come here. Tread lightly. I'm bringing some people to look at you and maybe see if they can cure you. Fresh food for me. And he gets to about right here before the chains stop him. And he just kind of peering, hands on the pillar, peering around, looking at you, eyes wide, just kind of snarling every little bit. You can see his fangs protruding from his teeth.
I'd like to approach him as far as I can, just outside of his reach.
While he's doing that, I'm
Be
gonna
about right
ready an
there.
action. I
Okay.
have a throwing dagger ready, so if this guy lunges at Nicodemus, he's getting a dagger in the face.
Okay.
Out of pure curiosity, I'm going to get over here and just observe.
And
As
as I approach him, I'm gonna light Sacred Flame, just to. I want to brighten up his face and see if I can see facial expressions.
get closer, your light brightens and he shadows his eyes, and you can see his mouth goes into a grimace, and you can see even further his canines coming to a sharp point, looking at you, and then hisses.
What is your name?
Hesitant.
Sorry, friend, we're not on the menu for today. We're just trying to help.
But you smell so good. Just one little taste. Father, can I please just have taste? No, son. You need to let them ask you questions. They can try to help. My name is Doru.
How long have you been down here?
Still shadowing from the light. It's hard to tell. A few months.
What did Strahd do to you?
Bit me. Turned me into his... Looking at himself. Well, you see it. His fingernails almost into claws at this point. Still, every time he looks at you, just you can see his face grimace and just like he's trying to restrain.
Why did he let you go?
I don't know. Probably more torture than it is to stay in his basement. Be around those I love. And not eat them. And you see him just fighting at his chains, restrained on his wrists. You can see them pulled taut against the far corner of the room.
Is there any way that I can see into that corner and see if the python that the chains are connected to are secured to the stone wall, I'm assuming?
Due to the dim lighting, due to the small nature of it, I'll let you roll a perception, but it'll be with disadvantage.
Okay, so it'll probably be the lowest of these two rolls. If our theory is accurate.
Well, same either way.
Hey!
To kind of go up behind Anderson and put my face in his cloak a little bit, just horrified, and kind of tug on it a little bit. Let's just go and we can figure out if we can find something that'll help him. It seems okay down here for now.
Hold on.
Looking, inching closer, trying to get as close as you can without coming into the reach of the vampire spawn, you look, and you see the point in which they're connected. Kind of looking around to see if they've worked their way free, or maybe is there dirt, debris, rubble down below them to see if they've kind of worked loose. Can't tell.
In my studies and research, have I learned anything on curing vampire spawnism?
Roll a religion check.
9.
You do know that there probably are some cures, some spells or rituals that you could use to cure it, but you don't recall studying anything your time in Daggerford.
Quick question. So out of character, at least I'm pretty sure this is how it works. If you kill the head vampire, like all of the others spawn, their curse is lifted. But would Anderson know that?
I don't think it works like that in 5e.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay, then never mind.
I'll have to double check, but I
Okay.
don't think that is how that works.
Sorry, I don't know how 5e vampires work. I'm used to like the typical vampire.
Yeah. Yeah. I genuinely don't think
No, that's
so.
fair. Okay.
But there are ways to cure it.
Okay.
Hey, Mom.
Your father told us that you were captured by Strahd, taken to this place. Can you tell us anything about his palace? Anything that stands out to you?
It's a castle. It's big. Oh, so many floors, so much food. There was so much food. Looking up at your
like-
food.
Like people? There's lots of people
Jerks
in
at
it
his
still?
chains again.
Partner, you do that again, you're gonna regret it.
Wait. Are you saying there were people in Strahd's castle?
Yes, there were people, but there was just vats of blood. There was just normal food, everything. There was just everything you could ever imagine. Ah, it's driving me crazy. I just can't take it, Father. I need food now. I can't. I need satiation. And he just rips from his chains.
Oh, right.
Well, your held action should go off, right?
Yeah. Would it go off?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for it. Actually, let's go ahead and pull up the turn order and roll for initiative.
I'm glad
first.
that I moved my character just before he moved, or he wrenched himself from the chains. Oh shit.
Can I roll the hit with the dagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to get this up there.
Ooh, that's good. Just a 22 hit?
Yeah, 22 hits.
Okay. Alright, that's 6 piercing.
Okay, give me just 1 minute to get this all squared away.
Hold on, I was at 11. There you go. If you want to reset it.
We figure out your double dipping thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this music is bomb.
Oh yeah. This is like the real boss music. I like it.
This is the end of the campaign.
Oh yeah, this guy's Strahd.
Great playing with you. Have a nice one. Strahd skies.
Piercing damage, right? Okay.
Yes.
That's it.
You throw your dagger and it hits its mark. Hits into his shoulder, pierces in a little bit, and kind of bounces out. Looking at it, you can see that the cut wasn't as deep as it normally would be. You know you found your mark, but it wasn't as deep as it should have been.
Guys, we
seeing
have a problem here.
that you throw to attack at his son, Father Donovich reacts first and rushes up and attempts to grapple you.
Bring
Give
it
me
on.
a contested strength check. Don't fail.
Is it a strength check?
So yours,
Athletics?
you can either do athletics or acrobatics, whichever one
But
you
you
that you would
can't
like
beat
to
it,
contest.
too.
He has a +5.
Okay, there we go.
As he reaches out, tries to grab a hold of you. No, don't hurt my son. I will take care of it. Let me stop him. And you dodge out of the way. Honora, it is now your turn.
Kind of freaked out a bit. I'm going to do the blade down the stone to get the sparks and cast protection from good and evil on myself. And then I'm going to go stand between it and Panton with my shield up and just kind of shaking a little bit.
Okay, will you put protection of good and evil into the chat box for me, please?
Yes.
All right, does that end your turn?
Yes.
Alrighty, Ira.
Ira will say, then stop him, and then he will draw an arrow and hold his action until it comes forward and tries to attack somebody.
Okay. Anderson, your turn.
All right. Well, bonus action. I'm gonna transform.
Okay.
And excuse me, because I actually have to edit on my character sheet on D&D Beyond really quick.
Okay.
Transformation, hybrid form.
A real
There we go.
tasteless joke is that he'll fill up on Nico and the rest of us will be fine.
Okay, so I'm
And then
going
pound
to
the flesh.
pull out my rapier, and with the free action, I say, "You move, you die." And I'm sure this will attack of opportunity, but that's fine with me. I'm going to go straight up to this guy, and I'm going in with the rapier.
Okay. As you leave, him not having his weapon out to be able to attack, he instead just draws it in preparation to attack you in the future. Panton, your turn.
Oh wait, can I accidentally attack with my rapier?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you were holding it. Yeah. If
Oh
you're gonna
no.
attack,
Oh, never mind. That didn't.
stepping around the wooden post in the center, the support beam for the church above, you stab with your rapier, and the vampire spawn is just too quick, dodges out of the way, and just lunges forward, just showing his fangs. Panton, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to hold. Can I hold a cantrip with my what is it called? The fucking sorcerer thing. The font of magic. Sorcery points. There we go. Can I do that? Because my plan is, if Donovich does not try to restrain his son, that I'm going to assume. Okay. I'm just going to hold my cantrip, the Ray of Frost. If Donovich is not able to restrain his son, or refuses to restrain his son, then I will cast Ray of Frost at Vampire Spawn.
Okay. Yeah, you can hold your action to cast. You're in a peculiar spot. You've got a Nora in front of you, and there's this post kind of blocking the way. You'd have to probably move a little bit to get a better angle to be able to cast it from there.
That's fine. I can do.
Lenora, can you remind me who you cast Protection of Good and Evil on? Was that yourself?
Yeah, myself.
Okay.
I will.
That'll be fine.
Go this way, then.
Yeah, you can cast it from there.
Okay.
Nicodemus, it is now your turn.
Sorry, Donovich, get your son!
I'd like to attempt to grapple Father Donovich.
Okay. Go ahead and try to do so.
Shit.
Yeah, you grab a hold of him. He is effectively grappled.
Okay, and then I'd like to use movement to drag him over to his son in an attempt to see if Daru will feed on his father.
You're gonna
You're gonna feed the father.
Yeah, so I grab him and basically face first carry him into his.
Okay,
son.
so you would do that.
Yes,
would that be
correct.
fair? Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. And that'll be my turn.
All right, you grab a hold of Father Donovich, bear hug him, pick him up off the ground, turning around, marching him up towards Doru, and just kind of restraining him at the waist and just leaning him into Doru even further. His attention already turned towards Anderson. He is going to lash out with a claw attack towards the werewolf. 21 to hit.
Ooh, yeah, that hits. And that's slashing, right?
Yep.
Alright, so I take half that.
Okay. So instead of actually dealing damage, he lashes out with his claw, stops, and grabs a hold of you. And now he is going to attempt to bite. Pulls you in close. And bares his fangs.
Ooh, that will not hit, thankfully. No.
He tries to bite, and you pull away just enough and get your arm up in there to push his face aside. You are still grappled,
okay,
but the bite does not hit. It is Donovich's turn. He is going to use his action to attempt to break out of your grapple.
That contested?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's getting out of there.
Yeah.
Using his feet, kicks you in the shin and pushes his elbow into your face, pushing you back. And Doru, please stop. They are just trying to help. And that's all he can do because he used his action to try to break away. Given the fact that he did not restrain, Ira, would that have met your condition?
I already attacked and I missed. I got a 10.
Oh, did you roll it while I was... Okay.
It was right after the dagger throw.
Maybe Panton would have released his crossbow, though?
Yeah, Panton?
He is actively pleading with his son, so I'm backing off. Like,
okay, so
this is
you're...
all him. I let my cantrip fizzle out.
All right, back around to you, Honora.
Anderson, you need to calm down. We just have to restrain him. And then, I don't know if I have enough movement. I can go through him, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go here, and I guess I'll attempt to restrain the vampire, or pull him off Anderson at least.
Okay. Failed to do so. You reach out trying to grapple him, to hold him, and he just dodges out of the way, still clutching onto the front of Anderson. That's part of your movement, your action, anything with your bonus action?
That's my turn.
Okay. Ira.
Why not? I will try to cast Charm Person on Doru. And it is a Wisdom saving throw of 12.
Let me look.
So it does so with advantage if my companions are fighting it.
Alrighty. So you're saying that I need to roll a Wisdom saving throw at disadvantage?
At advantage, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you save.
Looking at you, he just hisses. Just... Anything else with your turn? Movement? Bonus action?
Not liking how this is going, I will back up even further.
Yeah. All right, Anderson. He's got a hold of you. You are grappled.
That's all right.
So your speed is 0 unless you attempt to use your action to break out of it, which is a DC 13.
Oh no, I enjoy the camaraderie, I guess. Bonus action. I'm going to use my Crimson Right to put lightning on my claw. I'll roll D4 damage for that. Sweet. Okay, I only take 1 damage. And just I'm gonna try to sink my claw right into this guy.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Here it is. That is an 18.
That hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Alright, that's 10 slashing, and let me roll the lightning. 1 lightning damage.
I'm not sure. your form is kind of magical. Does it say anywhere whether or not your claw attacks are magical outside of the
not till a
lightning
higher
damage?
level. So for right now, they are not magical.
All right, and you said so slashing damage,
Yes.
and then
10
one
slashing
lightning
and 1
damage.
lightning. Yeah.
Okay. You rend his chest. You see your bare chest exposed, just cut. Not as deep as they normally do. The lightning seems to shock him just enough. Just gets his blood flowing a little bit more. But he feels it.
Okay.
Anything else? Does that end your turn?
Nope. Nope, that'll do it.
Panton, your next turn.
You're mute.
Good. It's PG-13 still. And I gave up a sleep spell earlier for other spells, so I can't even try to put anybody to sleep right now. Panton's just gonna hang back and just watch it all go down.
All right, Nicodemus. Father Donovich broke free of your grapple.
I'm gonna attempt to shove him prone at the feet of Daru.
Okay.
Still with an intent to see if he will break concentration on Anderson and feed.
Okay. Go ahead and roll I think it's you roll an attack.
Oh, I thought it was just a
It's
strength check.
probably a strength.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an athletics.
.20 on 18 on the day.
Okay. He does not. You shove him in the back, and he buckles his knees and falls face first down in front of Doru.
Okay, that'll be my turn. Actually, can I say, like, here's your food if you want it.
Okay.
Cold, man, cold.
It is
You're
now
a
his
little
turn.
priest.
He still has one hand around the front of Anderson, and just his fangs bared, just trying to bite. He's gonna make another bite attack towards you.
All right, bring it on. Nope,
13
that
to
ain't
hit.
gonna do it.
Just frustrated, he's just gonna go, just let me feed. And he takes his claw and he slashes out at Honora.
Okay.
Missing. You just kind of block it off to the side. Donovich, turn, rolls over, looks up at you, Nicodemus. What kind of monster are you? Feed his own father to him. And he stands up, using half his movement, and shoves you back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus.
And you guys both just kind of, nothing happens. He shoves you and you shove him back, and it's just kind of like, what
Yeah.
are you doing, buddy? Honora, it's your turn.
I'm the immovable object.
You go to having a slap fight.
As you look at him, you see the scratch across the chest, the dagger pierce to the shoulder. The wounds start to heal.
Oh.
I'm going to say, you need to let him go, and I'm going to slash at him with my short sword, my silvered short sword.
Okay, go ahead, roll for attack.
15?
15 hits, roll damage.
7.
Alrighty.
And that's silvered, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He takes 7 points of piercing damage, and he screams in pain. Ah! Now focused on you, eyeing intently. Anything else with your movement bonus action, Honora? All right, Ira.
I'll just take a shot, I guess. At them.
Okay.
At them. Let's go.
11 misses. You're looking between all the different people cluttered around there, and you line up your bow and you shoot,
Trying to
and
get a shot without hitting anything else.
dings right into the wood post right in front of him. Missing.
Probably got covered in your position too.
What do you do?
That's it. I mean,
That's it? You're staying right there?
yeah. As soon as things go south, he's gonna run. He's gonna climb up the ladder.
Alrighty. Anderson.
All right. You know what? Same thing as before. Action. I'm just gonna take another swipe with my claws.
Okay.
That one.
You miss. As you try to swing with your claws, he just kind of jerks your body a little bit with the grapple, and you're just not able to get in there to get any meaningful attack on him.
That's fine. While he's swinging me around for my bonus action, I'll use kind of the momentum to take another swing at him with the claws.
Okay. Yeah,
Ooh,
that hits. Roll for damage.
I have another 10 slashing, and I'll roll the lightning. Another 1 lightning damage.
Yeah, as he jerks you, your first one slams into the side of him, claws missing the mark. You come back with the other side, and you get him across the cheek, showing a little bit of blood. Definitely hurt him a little bit. Panton.
All right. Now that my sister's involved, we are going to go nuts. So I'm going to cast a Ray of Frost on Home Slice.
15 hits. You cast a ray of frost out towards Doru. Anderson, you feel just over your shoulder the cold just smack him right in the chest, dealing 2 points of cold damage. Ooh-wee.
And I'm going to move over. Yeah.
Aw.
There you go.
Alrighty. Nicodemus, it's now your turn.
Feeling frustrated and that my attempt to distract him isn't working, I'm going to use some movement and focus on Daru and cast Sacred Flame.
Alright, is that a dex save, right?
13 deck save. He's grappling Anderson, so I assume it's a fail.
Is that what it says? If he's grappling something, it's an automatic fail?
No, I don't know. I was just... I mean, if he's holding on to someone, he can't move her unless he drops grapple.
We can say yeah. I mean, he's not moving out of that 5 foot square, but he can position his feet to where he's not. He successfully avoids the sacred flame.
Okay, I don't know the rules.
Yeah.
Up to you. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Looking around and seeing that he's completely surrounded, he just and looks up, and he lets go of you, and he crouches down, and he jumps 15 feet into the air and grabs a hold of the ceiling. You guys can all make attacks of opportunity. By all, I mean Honora, Anderson, and Nicodemus with any melee weapon that you have.
Does a 15 hit?
15 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
8 slashing and 2 lightning.
Honora, your short sword misses. Nicodemus, your mace misses. Almost taken aback by his sudden leap to the air, he grabs a hold of the ceiling with his claws and his feet and just starts climbing across the ceiling.
Oh.
Spider climb will
That's
do
not
that.
creepy.
That's neat.
30 feet of movement. And 15, 20. Gonna get to... Actually, he's going to attempt to get all the way up the stairs, and you're blocking him. He used more than 30 feet of movement, so he doesn't have any attack left. But that is as far as he's going to get. Father Donovich just kind of falls down to his knees. Oh, we can't let him get out. I can't lose him again. And that's his full action. He's just crying at this point. Honora, you see this. And he's just spider climbing across the wall and drops down right in front of Ira.
Ira, you can't let him get out. He'll attack the villagers. We gotta stop him here. And I'll start running. And I'll dash to there, up the stairs.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Alrighty, Ira.
Oh, what do I do here? Oh, man. I will use... Wait, as a rogue, what can I, with my bonus action,
You can bonus action disengage if you're trying to flee.
dash, disengage, or hide? Okay, I will disengage and climb up the ladder
Okay.
and try to keep the trapdoor down.
Okay.
We're all trapped in here with him.
I'm just gonna kind of move your token off to the side. But
We're not trapped in here with him. He's trapped in here with us.
That's where you're at. You make it up
can
top. Go ahead.
Yeah, can I use my action? There was a padlock, right?
Yes.
Can I lock the padlock?
He's got the keys!
Ira's a good.
I'm gonna say climbing up and then slamming shut the door is gonna be all that you can do on this turn.
All right. Sure.
Next turn, I'll say you at least grab the chain and wrap it around on the first turn. The second turn will be to lock it. So you're kneeling on top of the door, chain in hand, reaching for the padlock at the end of your turn. Anderson, it's your turn.
All right. So
I will say that he's probably about 6-7 feet up on the stairs. This isn't solid wall. It's more like a banister, a railing going down. So you could technically see like his legs from right here. That's just an option. I'm just kind of making sure that you understand the lay.
If I go to Honora's position right here, could I still hit him?
You can't occupy the same space as... that's right, you can, because she's a halfling. No. I really don't think that you can...
Space? I don't know if they can move through our space.
Yeah.
Or, because you said I can see his legs from, like, right here.
Yeah,
Could
you
I
can... If
hit
you
him?
wanted to go up and
Okay.
attack, you could attack from right there.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up right here, and I'm going to kind of do what I normally do. I'm going to take a swing at him with my claws.
Okay.
Here's the action one.
That
17.
hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh my god, great damage rolls today. So that's 10 slashing
Okay.
and 4 lightning.
Alrighty.
Bonus action, just follow up claw attack.
Alright, go ahead, keep rolling. Second one
That's
misses,
only
though.
an 8.
First one, you
and,
claw... Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering, as a free action, since I used my Crimson Right, I'd like get blood for myself. Can I show him like the blood from the wound I did to myself and be like, you hungry? I'm trying to keep him down here. That's what I'm trying to do with that.
Okay, give me a persuasion. With advantage.
All right. Persuasion. 19 for the first, and let me go ahead and do the second. So 19.
Okay. He is looking at you, and you can see his nose just sniffing, just loving what he's seeing. Panton.
Okay, I'm going to run forward and shout at the top of my lungs, I do not lock us in here with it! And... I'm gonna get right over here next to Father... No, I don't want to be next to him, because this might... Oh, that's 25 feet.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast an empowered level 2 chromatic orb at it.
Nice.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll.
So there's that. And then we're going to cast that as cold damage against him, because that's my shtick. And I can re-roll up to 3 of those dice. So I will re-roll the... Oh, yes. Shit. Damn it. Fucking 8. God damn you.
Sending the large ball of swirling blue energy through the somewhat dim room, you see it head towards him, and already facing that direction, looking at Anderson's bloody arm. He sees it coming and kind of dips out of the way. The cold energy just splashes up against the back wall, freezing it. Anything, bonus action or movement or anything?
Oh, I've already moved, and do you need me to roll a die 20?
Yeah, for a second level spell. Sorry, yeah, thank you for reminding me. Completely forgot.
No problem. There you go.
Alrighty.
Hey, I'm all about honesty.
Yeah, Nicodemus, go ahead.
Pure chaos.
I'm gonna look at Brother Donovich. Would you restrain your kid? And then I'm gonna use some movement to kind of come over here. And then I'm gonna...
Castlevania.
Yeah, sorry. And then I'm gonna cast Turn Undead.
Okay.
Which
is it a con save?
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Nice. Yeah. Spell save DC 13.
Okay. Gross. Alrighty.
Gross for you.
Yeah, I know. Is that end your turn?
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Doru, looking at the blood from your forearm, looking at it, and then turns to Nicodemus, and he just grabs a hold of the ladder and just starts pulling up, and just bashes into
is that
the...
attack of opportunity from me?
Yep, you would both get an attack of opportunity.
Right.
Honora and Anderson.
Okay.
17.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
5 slashing and 3 lightning.
Okay. 18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
4 piercing with the silver short sword.
All right. You slash at his back as he turns away, and you get his ankles one more time as he's climbs up.
That ends the Turn Undead, by the way.
Because he got attacked?
Yeah.
He's still going to complete this action, and then...
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if he would change his motivation.
No, he'll still finish his action in his mind. That's it. It's set, and he tries to get up. He bangs into the door. It's a natural 1, but go ahead and roll. Okay, you successfully hold it down. Father Donovich still continues to just weep. I'm such a terrible father. I can't believe I've let this happen. Honora, it's your turn.
You don't understand, Father. He's gone. He's already passed. We're just helping him find peace. And then I'll step up and smack him.
Alrighty, 18 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. 4 piercing damage. Yeah, you're able to do so. His back turned to you. You were able to stab his back easily. Ira, you're up at the top. Or did you do anything else with your bonus action or anything, Honora? Okay.
Nope.
What do you do?
I will lock the trapdoor shut.
All right.
Yes.
You clasp it, and you hear a... It is successfully locked. Does that end your turn?
Yep. I will stay on it, just like feeling that first bump up, and then like just trying to push it down, and then like look around and yeah.
All right,
maybe
Anderson.
I'll yell for help. Actually.
Okay.
Not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to yell for help?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you do so. Anderson.
Same thing as before. I just want this thing dead. So same thing as before. Just gonna go.
This is a little higher up. He's probably about 10 feet above probably 15 feet above the ground because he's climbing at this point.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to give me like an acrobatics or an athletics to just dig in and jump up and try to claw him.
Yeah, sure thing. I'll do a quick acrobatics roll.
Okay.
10.
All right, I'm going to say if you're going to attack with your claws with only a 10, you're probably only going to be able to get one of the attacks off.
You know what? That's fine. Yeah. I'll take the one attack with my claws because I saw that out of my dagger. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Yep.
Hey, DJ.
Yep, you're back. 21.
Yeah, you dig your claws in and you launch yourself up and you take your claw and you swipe at his leg. 6 points of slashing.
And 4 lightning.
Alrighty. And you land back down. Do you do anything with your bonus action?
I don't think there's really anything I can do at this time. So no, I'll end my turn there.
All right, Panton.
All right, quick mechanical question. When I cast my spell and I declare that I'm using the Empower, is it like the Paladin Divine Smite where the Empower doesn't happen unless the spell hits, or I declare it and I burn it whether I hit or not?
I thought it was the first one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What are you looking to do on this turn? Are you saying that you would have burned all your
You have to
sorcery
know
points?
if you counted the sorcery points or not, yeah.
Is it 2
Post
sorcery
what
points?
Does it say?
It says when you roll damage for a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll a number of the damage die. Up to your
Okay,
wisdom
so
modifier.
then you didn't use any sorcery points for that empowered. It didn't become empowered because you didn't hit.
Okay, then. I will... Oh, man, I don't want to, but I will have to. I will do it once more. 2nd level spell. And we're going to do cold damage again. Please, for the love of God, hit. And if it hits... 13?
Fortunately, it does not.
God damn it.
What do you do with the rest of your turn?
I am going going to smack myself in the face and run away.
Roll a d20 for me.
Yep. Got so close.
Ooh.
Yeah, the orb again just misses. Just misses its mark. Nicodemus, it's your turn.
I'm gonna move a little closer, and then I'll raise my holy text up and cast Sacred Flame.
Shit.
Ooh, radiant. I like it.
Oh.
You cast the sacred flame in his general direction, and he just kind of releases from the ladder. Is that end your turn?
Yeah.
Seeing the sacred flame kind of bubbling underneath him on the ladder, he jumps off, releasing the hold of the ladder, turning around, and is going to make a claw attack at you, Honora. 15 to hit.
No.
Makes another one, 24 to hit.
Oh god.
20 because it's disadvantage, but yes, that hits.
What's the
Protect you
disadvantage?
from good and evil.
Oh, protect. Thank you. I forgot about that one.
But a 20 still hits.
Yep. 20. Takes 7 points of slashing damage, but still looks at you and just mad. What was the Constitution
Where's that
save for?
perception?
Oh, okay,
Concentration check
Yep,
for that.
you're good.
Yep.
Succeed. Hold on to it. Did not take radiant damage. Alrighty, Honora, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm really sorry, and I'm just gonna smack it again.
That hits. Roll for
Ooh,
damage.
nice.
A silvered short sword.
Okay. Is that end your turn?
That does end my turn.
Alrighty. Ira, as you yell for help, you hear scuffling from out by the wagon, and the doors slam open, but you don't see anybody just yet. What do?
I just I keep my body on the door and maybe get my thieves' tools ready to kind of flavor.
Alrighty. Anderson.
Quick question. How's this guy looking?
He's still looking pretty sturdy. Looking at some of the wounds that he's taken, it's looking like they're closing. Each round, or I mean, each action is starting to heal some of those wounds.
All right. Well, let's just. I'm just gonna try to hit him a little harder. Same deal as before. Action, claw attack. 18.
Alrighty. That hits.
10 slashing with 4 lightning.
Okay.
Bonus action, same thing. I'm just gonna go in. This one's only 10.
Does not hit. First one. Now that he's down on that platform, battling with Honora, you're able to get at his legs a little easier. Just rending into his Achilles. Just see the blood oozing out of that first hit. Looked like it did quite a bit of damage. He's getting down there. Do anything with movement or anything?
No. That's my turn.
Alrighty, Panton.
Alright, as a bonus action, I'm going to use all 3 of my sorcery points to gain a second level spell slot back. And then, as an action, I'm going to direct my, I don't know if I want to do this, but I'm going to, can I use that as a, fuck. Tides of Chaos, once per long rest. Fuck, I'm gonna do it. Alright, I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos to gain advantage
Okay.
on this next attack roll.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to cast one more chromatic orb at level 2.
Okay, so it's a bonus action to regain your spell slot back. And
correct.
then you... Okay.
Actually,
okay.
Before I do that, I'm going to move because I've seen what I could do, and I'm far enough away from all my friends now, so I will cast Chromatic Orb at level 2.
Alright, go ahead and roll attack with advantage.
And that is going to be cold damage one more time.
Oh, yes. Nice.
Hold on, I need to roll one more time, because apparently it doesn't roll with advantage over here, because that is only one roll. So that would be a die 20 plus 5. See what happens. 17. Okay, 20. So okay. 20 hit?
Yeah, 20 hits. 15 cold damage. Seeing the first two chromatic orbs miss and bang off the walls, you can still see the sheen of the frost covering whatever moisture was still left in there, now frozen solid. You send off your third chromatic orb and it smacks him, just freezes him just a little bit, dealing 15 points of frost damage. Roll a d20 for me.
Oh, bugger. Yeah.
Okay.
18 on that. Oh, but I got one more coming somewhere in the future.
Oh, I'm sure.
Alrighty.
And as a free action, I'm going to shout at everybody to stay the hell away from me.
That 18 wasn't for you to see if you roll on your Tides of Chaos.
Oh, I know.
You cast your spell. The orb shoots out, whoosh, smacks into him. You feel the magic surge within you. Need you to roll another damage. Or I need you to roll that attack again for me, please.
Oh, God.
You cast a copy of your last spell.
Oh, sweet. Okay, nice. So do I roll the advantage again, or just the 1 die 20 plus 5?
It's just going to be the 1d20 plus 5. Just
okay.
Yeah, click on that attack spell to cast it. The second one shoots out, still smacks into the side, just barely missing. But it reset your Tides of Chaos. Nicodemus, it's now your turn.
Looking up at this guy, I'm gonna pull out my book, flip open a page, and then face it at him, and out comes a stream of light, and I'll cast Guiding Bolt. 14 to hit.
14 just barely misses. Smacks into the ladder behind him. Then on your turn.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Anora.
Okay.
Plus 2 AC.
Feeling the resistance from when he did attack Anora, already the protection from good and evil, he felt it. He felt that it was pushing him away. Jumps up, grabs a hold of the wall, climbs around. Anderson and Anora make an attack of opportunity.
Nice. That's fortunate.
Oh, you crit. Okay. Yeah, deal 6 points of damage. He climbs across the wall, vaults off, and lands down next to you, Nicodemus, attacking him with the Sacred Flame, and then the Guiding Bolt. He is going to attack you with his claws. 21 to hit.
Ooh.
All right, he is going to grapple you instead. What was that?
Can you do that with the turn undead?
Turn undead released once you guys attacked him.
Hit him, yeah.
You don't get to roll for the grapple.
I don't?
No, the attack is his grapple. Like, if he succeeds on it, it's a grapple.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
He pulls you in, baring his fangs, attempting to bite you. But he fails to meet your AC. Father Donovich crawls now. Doru, please. Please, just end the suffering. And that's the end of his turn. Honora, it is now your turn.
We didn't want it to come to this, but it's safer for everybody if we just do this. Can I vault? Can I take this step down and then vault over so I land here?
Yeah. I mean, you could attack him from there, but yeah, you could vault over if you wanted to.
I'm gonna vault over there. Please just surrender. I'm so sorry. And I'm just gonna
All right, roll for attack.
Surrender as I'm beating you.
Unfortunately, misses. Yeah, you swing out wildly, almost kind of losing your balance after just vaulting over the banister, swinging, missing. What do you do with the rest of your turn?
I'm gonna keep moving over here and be like, please. I know it seems heartless, but and I'll probably start to cry a little. That'll be my
Ireena.
turn.
Still just holding steady?
Not feeling it getting pushed up, he might stand up and like put his foot on it and like ready his bow and everything, and then like look to see if anybody's coming.
Okay. Just a few moments later, you see Ireena bust in, longsword out at the ready. What's going on? I heard screaming.
The priest's son, vampire spawn, in the basement.
And that's all she does. Anderson, it's now your turn.
Okay. I know we talked about this earlier, but I just want to make sure of something. So, Honora can come into like my space, but I can't go into her space, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. That's perfectly fine. In that case, I'll just come up to him and just take another hack at the claws. I just want this thing dead.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Give me
all
those
right,
attacks.
Action. 15 for the first.
15 just hits. Roll for
Sweet.
damage.
8 slashing and 3 lightning.
Alrighty.
Bonus action, same deal. 17. So
That hits.
Yep. Another 10 slashing with another 3 lightning. And since he's focused on Nicodemus, I'm gonna show him the blood again. Just be like, over here, partner. Nice and warm, just for you.
You claw into him, and he stammers a little bit, looking really hurt. I just want food, just a little bit. Just kind of baring his teeth out towards Nicodemus a little more. You can roll a persuasion, this time with disadvantage.
That's fine. Gotta at least try. So first persuasion is 17. Second persuasion. So yeah, 17.
Alrighty. He turns his eyes towards you. Is that end your turn? Panton, it's your turn.
Alright, same as the first, gonna be a little worse. I'm going to, this time, convert a first level spell into sorcery points, so I gain 2 sorcery points back.
Okay. Is that a bonus action?
It is a bonus action, correct. And then, as an action, I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb So I will burn another first level spell slot at level 1.
Wait, so you burnt a first level spell to cast the first level...
To convert... No, so I burnt the first level spell to convert into sorcery points.
Okay.
That's the bonus action.
Okay.
As my main action, I'm going to cast a first level spell, Chromatic Orb,
Okay.
at
All right, I got
the
you.
vampire spawn. Okay, there we go. So then, go like this, and we're gonna do cold damage on him.
If you
and
hit.
if it hits, I'll empower.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
there we go. So I will re-roll the 1 and the 3. I'll keep the 8. So another 8 and a 5. So it'll actually be 8, 16, 21 points of cold damage.
Oh my.
All right, how you cast this cold chromatic orb out at him, you know, for the umpteenth time this battle. It hits, and you see his body just ripple, frost, freezing, mid-lunging for a bite out at Nicodemus, and just freezes solid. His balance still weighted forward. Falls forward. Falls to the ground and shatters
Oh man.
into tens of hundreds of pieces. Battle.
And with that, I'm going to fall on my ass. And you need to die 20 from me, don't you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. Officially ended. Father Donovich runs over, or crawls over, sniveling, snot bubbling from his nose, just spittle draining down his mouth, gathering up the pieces of his son. No.
So,
No,
Anderson still has a little trouble controlling his anger in this form, and he is right pissed at this guy. So he still in his like werewolf form. He's just gonna go up and he's just gonna grab for this guy's neck. He's not doing any damage, but I'm grabbing his neck.
I'll stop you.
Okay. You stop him?
Between him and the priest. Yeah, I don't want him to hurt the priest.
All right.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I guess contested athletics checks between the two of you to see whether or not he can get through.
All right. So in my wolf form, I actually have advantage on athletics.
Okay.
But so I'll go ahead and
But I believe in
roll.
it.
And so, just
Oh, wow. Yep.
She steps in front of you, her small form still strong.
We've done enough. We've done enough here. Calm down, Anderson. Snap out of it.
I'm yelling at this guy and just said, "Could have been so goddamn easy. Just had to go and complicate things. Fucking vampires."
You need to calm down before you become the monster.
Okay. Can we do a persuasion roll here? Because he might actually listen to that.
Yeah, you can do that. I would say if you feel like you need a persuasion, you're more than welcome to just agree with it if you'd want.
Oh,
No,
nice.
maybe. I could see this going either way, though.
Okay. That's up to you. Interpret that roll however you would.
Oh yeah, 19. Yeah, he backs down. And he's just gonna kind of walk away.
Father Donovich stands up, still teary-eyed, closes his eyes. I believe you came here to bury the burgomaster. Is that correct? Is that what it takes to get you to leave? I need to be alone with my
So
son.
sorry. It was the only way to save his soul.
Let's go. Get out. Let's go. Let's go bury this and be done with it. Get out!
I'll start heading up the stairs and climb the ladder.
I'll motion for him. You first, partner.
He goes.
Panton, help him.
I'll get up and I'll prestidigitate all the dust off of me because I was like, oh my god, I actually did it. And Nora, did you see that? Oh my god, like, the first couple were just kind of like crap, but then the last couple spells, it's just like, they just fucking hit. I'm sorry. Oh, that was so awesome. Oh.
So good,
Also,
Panton. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
Before we go up, I'm going to change back to human form.
Okay.
Well,
But I'll follow him.
Convince Claire to let us out.
Yeah, that was kind of a little sorry. And I will skirt around the broken, frozen remains of the vampire spawn, and like as I'm making my way up the staircase, I'll look back and kind of like, sorry.
Ira, you feel the pressure from the door trying to be lifted from below. It doesn't seem aggressive.
Hey, let us out of here.
What's the password?
It's me, Nicodemus.
Joking. All right, just give me a second, and I
Yeah,
will try to.
it would help if you had the keys, wouldn't
try to
it?
pick the lock that
Yeah, go ahead.
I just did. I look up at Ireena. It's like, sorry. Seems like they've dealt with it. Situation requires a delicate touch here, and
take your time. No pressure. We're just waiting down here. The frozen remains of a vampire spawn.
You're rushing me. Okay, just give me a second.
Ain't you a locksmith?
No, we're not. We're not. There's just a bunch of skeletons down here.
Eventually, it takes a couple minutes of you tinkering with this lock, but it's crude enough. It's simple enough that you're able to eventually brute force it open. And are able to.
I imagine there's a point where, when he's waiting, if Donovich isn't looking at the remains of his son, Panton will probably kick a frozen chunk out of pure boredom.
He doesn't notice. He's still somewhat teary-eyed, but in a very stoic manner. He has turned it off. Stood up, realizing a duty needs to be done, whatever it's going to take to get you guys out of his church.
And voila. Welcome to...
Took you long enough.
Alright. Well, I didn't have the key, okay? So I had to do some pretty complicated things to open up the lock. We didn't...
Yeah, we're aware of that. Thanks, Ira. Appreciate it. Thanks for running away from us and leaving us down here to find off with the vampire thing. Appreciate it. Really nice of you. Really cool.
Didn't want him getting out. I had a full faith in my capable comrades. Was he restrained, or did you have to...
He's dead.
Oh no, he was not restrained. He's a couple of pieces.
I'm so sorry again. They're so crude.
By the way, Ira, good job. That was for the best.
Thank you.
And as
Father
you guys...
I'm sorry for your loss. It seems we'll be having 2 funerals today.
You will not be present for the second one.
Good. Don't want to be.
Stan.
Ignoring your comment, as he steps outside, opening up the door, see the rain. It's starting to come down. At first, it's just a light drizzle. But he looks at Ismark and Ireena. He grabs the front end of the casket and they grab the sides. And he starts walking around the back of the church. And as you guys walk around the back of the church, you can see, very similar to the Burgomaster's mansion, looking up towards the side of the roof, or the church itself, you see trampled nature of the grass closest to the church. Footprints, claw marks, some of the windows boarded up. The damage, very similar to the Burgomaster's mansion. Get to the back and you see the cemetery. So many fresh graves. Several of them dug out, yet to be filled. And they get to his plot. And he
Pull Anderson back and say, it's probably better if you stay here.
fashion
Stay back.
a rope.
I don't want him pulling no funny business. I'm keeping my eye on him.
I think we'll be okay. Just stay. Yes, you can watch, but don't come close. I think you've done enough.
Fine. And yeah, he'll listen to Nora. He'll kind of stay back, but he's keeping a close eye on the father.
They use an old pulley system to get the casket deep into the grounds. And he pulls from his leather satchel book, flips it open, goes and stands at the front of the open hole, the open grave. He looks around, and Ismark and Ireena standing on either side of the open grave. He looks at them, gives a gentle nod. O Dawn Master, support this soul by the strong arms of thy brightness, in the fragrance of thy consolations. And you can see tearing up in his eyes, feeling that he might end up having to do this same ritual over again shortly after you leave. For our loving friend, Kolyan's final hours have passed. Let thy shining mercy pour over him, and let thy own body be his food. And let thy glorious Chanticleer smile on us. Chanticleer smile on us. Through them, his soul may rest as we desire to live. In thy arms, in thy faith, in thy love. O morning Lord, show him your light. Guide his soul and shine his path, so he may see a new dawn. For in the dawn, there is life again. Farewell, Kolyan. May we meet again in the light of a new dawn. And closes his book.
At this point, Canton's kind of looking around at everybody and kind of trying to gauge their reactions.
Ismark and Ireena, you can tell that they're upset, but you can also tell that they're relieved that the deed is done, that he is put to rest.
Ira's just looking back and forth between them.
And
Anderson is sulking at the back.
Go up to the priest, and she's gonna say, I'm not really religious, but I really hope that your burdens are lighter. And I'm gonna give him a gold piece. Donation to the church.
takes it, but he doesn't respond.
Okay, at this point, she's gonna bundle up Panton and get back on the wagon to get ready out of town.
Father Donovich looks at Ireena and Ismark. When you're finished, it's probably best that you leave. Take them with you. And he walks away and heads back into church. Ismark and Ireena kind of look at each other and slowly wander over to you all, whoever's kind of gathered around Nicodemus, probably. The rain starting coming down harder now. Oh, what happened in there?
Nothing good.
Long story short,
Father Donovich's son was turned into a spawn of Strahd. We dispatched him.
long story short, your holy man's been killing people, feeding them to his son.
Well, they were.
That's putting it roughly. He was taking care of his son.
His intentions were good, even if his actions were not.
Don't care. That's what happened, as far as I'm concerned.
When
We've all done things in the name of love that we're not proud of.
You say so.
I don't think I have.
Ira looks up. It's like, that made me think for a moment too, Hanson. You think of anything you've done?
I
In the name
mean,
of love that you're not proud of?
sometimes I cast spells, and I mean, the only thing I kind of regret is that sometimes my spells kind of hurt people that I don't want it to hurt, and really, that's pretty much my only problem. Like, I don't know, I've never hurt Honora, so I didn't really ever hurt my parents, and I kind of hurt their name, and I kind of tarnished their reputation a little bit. But I mean, that's pretty much it.
Some food for thought, certainly.
Thanks.
On this
The
wonderful
situation
day.
is just sad.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not denying that, Honora, but I mean, and then he kind of leans in a little closer. How many of these graves do you think are because of what happened down in, over there?
I don't want to
He
think about it. I
said
just
that
want
they
to
were
go.
close to death anyway when he
I just
said them.
let's get to Madam Eva. Maybe she can give us an answer to why this place is so awful.
Ah, Nora, ever our fixed star.
You're right.
I mean, I'd kind of like to not hurt people anymore too, so I'm kind of with my sister on this one. So
We should get going. You're right.
Ismark, I didn't realize we would be heading straight from here out on the road. I could use some arrows. If you want us to be capable bodyguards.
When you say that, I want to settle up to Ira and be like, the shopkeeper's mean.
How many do you need?
Well, I've used 14 so far on our journey.
So
How
you need
useful
14?
do you want me to be?
We can. Let me take the horse. I'll get.
Or, Nicodemus, you have a crossbow, right?
I do, but I don't think you'll be able to shoot my bolts with your bow.
No, I was suggesting that you could lend it to me for.
Oh,
Can you shoot daggers?
I don't see you use it that often.
Yeah, I mean, I have it, but yeah, I'm not a great shot with it. If you need it, I will freely give it up to you.
Not quite as familiar, but Uncle Jack taught me both, so.
They're quite easy. You just point and pull.
at this point, I'll tug on Honora's sleeve and be like, "Oh, you think I can get a red hat? I've kind of always wanted a red hat. That'd be great to wear, and I can make it look snazzy."
I didn't see one in the shop, Panton. I don't think he's got one.
Well, maybe
Whether he does or not,
What
I'm
do you
lying
think?
to
I will
Panton.
cast Minor Illusion and create a red hat on Panton's head.
Oh, look, you've got a red hat.
You see it above you, but you do not feel it, and it is not stopping the rain from pouring down your face.
Yeah. I mean, thanks, Ira. I appreciate that. You're a pretty cool dude and everything, but I'd like a real hat, you know? Could be kind of fun to have one. But,
And the red hat.
yeah, you're so cool. I like you.
If you really need arrows, I can go back to the house and run in. I might have a quiver of 20 arrows that I could spare. No charge. You're doing us a huge favor. I told you whatever you needed, I could get it for you.
So you said.
Does anybody else need anything within means?
A way out of here?
Not. Are we gonna get lunch anytime soon?
We just left the manor. Well, breakfast was like an hour ago.
I just like to be prepared. I don't want to go too long.
You seem
I
pretty eager.
don't mean to sound terribly needy, but if you got any of those fancy schmancy healing type potions that we found in the last cart, those would be pretty awesome for us.
I don't. I'm not one of alchemical means. I don't have anything like that lying around. But I tell you what. Hop in the back of the cart. When we get to Blood on the Vine, you can hop out, get yourself some food, real quick, grab it to go, and I will be right back with the horse and the cart and the arrows, and we can leave from there, okay?
As long as it isn't any of those meat pies, then yeah, that's alright.
Alrighty. You guys pile into the back of the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Ismark and Ireena on the front, the riding portion. And as the wagon starts to creak away with all the weight that you're currently putting on the back, definitely more than it's used to. The door still hanging slightly open. You hear "Gung!" A single loud rung of the bell. Looking up, you can see the bell is cocked, stuck on one side. Looking through the door, far beyond, you see Father Donovich hanging from the bell rope. Motionless.
Well, that went from 0 to 100 real quick.
At that point, Panton is going to grab Honora and kind of like stop her from looking at the hanging body of Donovich.
Ismark and I.
That's what Adora does. It's just like horrified, just like utter horror. Oh, Panton, this place is so awful.
And Anderson kind of looks, but then just like looks straight again. He doesn't really care.
Ismark
Yeah,
and
let's
Ireena
not keep looking at
continue
that.
on forward. Hearing it, kind of turning their head, looking
just
at
keep
each
going.
other. And they slow down just enough for you guys to hop off the back and enter Blood on the Vine. You're able to go in. What do you do? The same barkeeper's there. It's completely empty. No Vistani. No other patrons. But the short, stockier bartender is just behind the bar, just cleaning.
I need a shot of something.
I'll have
Oh,
a cheese pattern.
That's nice.
Without speaking, just kind of sticks out his hand.
And yeah, I'll just take it and down it.
No, he sticks out his hand in
for gold?
request for payment.
Oh,
All right,
how
all
much?
right, partner. How much?
He just shrugs.
Panton will reach into his little pocket, and he'll put 5 gold pieces down on the table.
He pulled out
what
a
will
piece
this
of
get
paper
us?
and started writing down, and he slides it towards you. And it just says 2 shots, 2 silver.
I put down 4 silver, and I'll slide 2 of the shots over to Honora.
Then yeah. She's numbing the pain.
And he just kind of looks at you guys, expecting anything else you guys want.
I'm thinking of some food for the road, as long as it's not a meat pie.
He pulls out similar pewter mugs and just opens up an iron lid and scoops out more stew and slops
That's
it into
the
the
veggie
cup.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Looking at it, you don't see any meat there, but yeah, veggie stew. Slides it forward.
How are you hungry?
As well.
It's like 9:30 in the morning and we just had breakfast.
We're just getting it for the road, Honora. We don't know how long this trip is going to be, and, well, honestly, I don't think Nico over there is going to be a big fan of traveling on an empty stomach. So we maybe have an hour or two left before he starts complaining. So
We're here.
How many people got food?
I'll get food as well.
Everybody? Okay, so he just writes. What, somebody was going to say something?
how much is the stew? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he writes down on the back side of that piece of paper and slides it forward. And for all 5 of you, he just writes 2 silver.
I'm gonna walk away and just assume somebody's gonna pay for it.
Anderson will forward the 2 silver.
Okay.
Do you have any food that travels well over a couple of days by chance? I mean, I have this 5 gold pieces that I was going to spend some money on, but...
He just shakes his head no.
Ira will put a couple of copper down and say, "Thank you, Eric. Always enjoy the conversation."
I'm
His
going
name's
to
Eric.
nudge Panton and be like, hey, maybe you'll be able to practice your hunting.
Roll a perception check, Ira.
But hunting is dirty, and I gotta go through the woods, and I could tear my cloak. I don't want to do hunting. That's what you're for.
I think that's what I'm for.
He just kind of...
Whatever. I'm not built for hunting.
Eric doesn't say anything, but he kind of opens his mouth and nods his head and slides the copper towards him and just gives you a nod and waves. You guys don't do anything else a short while later. Ismark and Ireena pull up. You can hear the horse and cart creaking from outside in the rain. Do you go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to get out of this town as much as possible. I did leave Lancelot in the car or with Ireena, and so they should, yeah.
Yep. Your dog is actually in the back with you.
Okay.
Alrighty.
She might just kind of lean on him and snuggle him and be kind of sad for the whole journey.
Okay. Alrighty. You guys start to take off. Let me get you situated on the map here.
Oh, there we are.
Does that show everybody?
Yay.
Yeah, I'm good.
And then they agreed to take us to Madam Eva before we go to Walaki.
Yes. You guys are traveling at a slow pace. The horse is pulling you all in the cart, sloshing through.
Oh, it's just one horse. Maybe.
Mud. Just you hear the wagon creaking, groaning every time it hits, a divot in the road. Eventually, probably after about an hour of travel, you can see the river coming into view, and the bridge. The horse starts trotting over top of it. The wagon goes over it much easier than the previous road. Looking dead. You hear the cawing of crows. You hear howling of wolves far, far away in the distance. But for the moment, the ride goes by relatively uneventful. Is there anything that you guys do during the free time?
Is it a short rest, just to clarify?
Yes, you would be considering this a short rest.
Okay.
Disregard the hex. I've altered it somewhat for
okay.
Yeah. Each hex is a mile.
Okay.
Sweet. All right.
You know, guys, I know everyone was sad that Brother Donovan did what he did, but you know, in my line of work, every life is sacred, whether they're a vampire spawn or not. You know,
the only good vampire is a dead vampire.
I agree that he needed to be dealt with, but it's still just as sad that we had to kill his son is what happened to Brother Donovan.
You say so.
Do you not agree, Anderson? That every life is sacred and killing shouldn't be taken so lightly?
Innocent life is sacred, sure. But it all depends on how you define innocent.
I mean, who's to say the vampire spawn was any less innocent than Brother Donovan? Or any more guilty?
To be pedantic, but his name is Donovich, so if you want to speak kindly of the guy, you should probably know his name. And then he's just going to sit back next to the dog.
But I saw you, Nicodemus. I saw you pick him up and shove him into a vampire spawn, and you said, "Here, eat this," or something like that. I'm so confused.
That was just in an attempt to get him to maybe come to his senses. Both of them, both Father Donovich.
But you're talking about every life is sacred, and then you do that. It's confusing.
I figured maybe if he had a moment of clarity and thought, oh, maybe I'll eat my father, maybe he'd snap out of his rage.
Ira ran away and locked us in there with the monster.
Which he should have done, by the way. Again,
and Anderson just jumped right into hitting things without really even taking a moment to breathe. I'm concerned.
That's why I brought this up. We could have solved that problem without 2 losses of life.
I apologize for my part in that, but I saw the beast in front of me and I thought of it getting out, and I didn't want that to happen. No offense to the rest of you. I don't know.
What if we had been seriously injured in that we couldn't get help?
Better keep that beast down there than threaten the rest of the village.
I see your logic. I do. I just, if anything happened to Panton and any of you, I would feel responsible.
True, but you gotta consider what he could have done had he escaped.
I'm sorry, you were both talking at the same time.
Oh, go ahead, Ira.
You seem like the type who you care for Panton dearly, and
well, she is my sister, so yeah.
Sure. And you would risk the lives of many for his own. I don't know you too well. We've endured some crazy scenarios so far.
I can take care of myself. She doesn't always have to defend me. You guys know that, right?
Panton never hurts anybody on purpose. And it's more that's why we're traveling, is so that we can save everyone. Panton from hurting anybody.
How many people have Panton hurt?
We aren't going to talk about that because I didn't intentionally hurt people, so we can talk about the ones that I've intentionally tried to hurt. How about that?
I'm just saying maybe you shouldn't be using magic at all.
Disciplined. Well, hopefully Madam Eva will have a solution.
You guys were complaining when what's his name was blown up into a million little pieces of ice, so you're welcome.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you again.
You finished off.
Oh, it was amazing. Oh my god, like, so the first two chromatic orbs that I threw at him, they totally missed, you know, it was terrible. And then all of a sudden I was like, ah, bah! And then another one just hit him in the chest, and then the second one I just, like, I concentrated really hard, and he just, I don't know what happened, but it just, and he leaned forward, and he fell, and Nico, I saved your life. He was about to eat you, like, seriously, bangs to the throat and everything, and you should be thanking me instead of saying, oh, you shouldn't use your magic. Like, come on, man.
Calm down, Panton.
Yeah, I don't think I was in any danger. I just think we should, you know, take pause before we start attacking people.
Well, I didn't attack anybody until my sister started attacking her.
That's a good point, Nicodemus. Why did that happen? What happened that started the conflict?
The vampire broke free of his chain, started lunging at us.
The vampire broke free of its chains and started attacking us.
Right, but we had multiple attempts to subdue him.
And remind me if I was wrong, but weren't you trying to feed his father to him?
Could you guys just calm down? Stop being so loud. There are things in this forest that if you alert it,
we'll kill it. It's fine.
Didn't you try to feed the vampire spawn?
Like, we're gonna kill everything mentality. We didn't come here to murder people.
That's all I was trying to say, Honora, is we should take pause before we attack things and people.
But you just said,
yeah, maybe you
we'll kill it, it's fine.
You know,
that was sarcastic.
Vampire attacked us.
To his son, sarcastic.
We've covered this. I was trying to persuade him to snap him out of his blood craze.
Look, Nicodemus, you did well. And thank you for your help.
I saw other ways of closing that conflict rather than 2 lives lost.
Several hours go by and the cart comes to a sudden halt, and Ismark slams down onto the cart. As if we hadn't had enough lives lost already. And as you guys turn towards the direction of his shouting, you see a set of gallows, stairs leading up to a wooden platform, and on the 2 ropes hanging, one of them has a lifeless body.
One of them?
One of the nooses.
Pull her in.
One of the nooses has a body hanging from it.
And the other one has
nothing.
No body on it.
It's just a rope.
I don't think I want to stop here. Can we just keep going?
Wait here. I'm going to pull the body down, and you can see off to the left-hand side of the road, there's a graveyard.
I'm gonna assist Ismark in getting the body down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go out with a dagger ready, like if anything attacks anyone, again, face full of a dagger.
Okay.
I was just gonna get up and look around the premises and see what he can see.
I'm just gonna keep Honora in the cart and just try to console her.
Currently, the back is facing you. As you guys, as Ismark and Nicodemus walk up the steps, you get to the side, and Ismark has his head kind of down. Nicodemus, roll a perception check.
Wow.
And you're just keeping your eyes down. It's raining, making sure that you're not going to be slipping on the slippery wooden platform. It's old. It's got a little bit of mildew, moss kind of growing on it. And as you get up and Ismark grabs a hold of the body and you start to go up and grab at the noose to lift it off of his head, you see a very familiar face looking back at you. You would know it because it's your own.
Yeah, I'll drop the noose and kind of stumble back, very incredibly surprised.
Y'all okay over there?
I need
it's
everybody
me.
to roll for initiative.
Can I have a potty break?
Yeah, go
Potty
ahead.
break?
Take your potty break.
All right.
I need a token.
All right.
I'll get you there.
I think we need
I think we all
Oh
need
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I will be right back too. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a mimic.
Yes.
Ooh, yay. At least it's
your
not a door. Oh god, kill it with fire.
No initiative. Okay. Okay, I attempted to roll hit dice, but for some reason it wasn't rolling. Oh,
You
there
have
it
full
is.
health.
No, I don't. Oh, was that a short rest? Yeah.
Yeah, you got a
wasn't
short
a long
rest.
rest. Yeah.
Yeah, no long rest,
Okay, now I'm
right?
full.
Yes, no long rest, only a short rest.
All right.
Okay. I had to roll 2 hit dice because I got a 2.
Oh, we got a short rest? Is that what you
Yes.
said?
Mm-hmm.
It did virtually nothing for me.
We didn't take any damage, brat.
Nope.
So quick question:
Sorcerer.
upon
Yes.
seeing like the mimic, like I don't know if he like attacked Nicodemus, but would that trigger my held action?
I'm gonna say roll a perception check.
Okay.
Is everybody on the board, I believe?
And this will just be the first one, so a 10.
Okay. You don't necessarily realize the threat immediately. For the held action, you hear a scream and the wood splinters. Just so I don't get bit, you don't have like any sort of alert feed or anything, do you, Nicodemus, where you wouldn't be surprised? Okay.
I do have a feat. Oh, yeah. No, I don't.
Does an 18 hit?
18 is my AC, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, your favorite, Anderson.
Splinters open.
Oh God, no.
Stabbing into your leg, opening up to the bowels below it, knocking Ismark off of the platform as it splinters up and opens up. The body was like the uvula just kind of dangling out of this mimic. And give me a DC, or give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Big guy's favorite.
18.
You succeed.
I'm quite light on my feet.
You take 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay, -1.
But you are not swallowed inside of this mimic. Honora, top of the turn order, it's your turn.
So I'll hear Nico screaming, and I'll, get on my hands and knees and look over the cart and go, "What the hell is going on?" And I will dig for my crossbow and I will shoot it. 18?
Startled, you just see the wood splintering out and collapsing, trying to the gallows. What is going on? And you just desperately fire at the large wood platform, and you hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. 6.
And it sticks into the side of the wood platform, dealing 6 points of piercing damage. Anything with your movement?
How much movement does it take to get out of the cart?
I'll say that it takes an additional 5 feet of movement to just hop out. Yeah, there's no cart on here, but...
Okay. My turn.
Ismark, launched off the platform, knocked prone, stands back up, pulls out his longsword and slashes 2 attacks. The first one hitting, gouging deep into the wood, pulls back, swings again, doesn't seem to make any damage on the second one. 10
How
points.
tall is this platform?
Probably about 4.5, 5 feet off the ground.
Oh, okay.
How big's the mimic?
Pretty big.
I'm gonna say the mimic itself it's a 10-foot square.
But tall. Is it on top of the platform so I can't reach it from where I'm at, or is it part of the platform?
It is the platform.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it is the platform. You don't know how deep it goes, but yeah, it is the platform. Yep. Panton, your turn.
All right, we are going to. I'm going to get to the edge of the cart. I'm going to stay in the cart, and I will cast Ray of Frost on what I perceive to be the mimic.
Okay, that hits. 7. Let me pull. Okay, yeah. You shoot and extend a ray of frost. It collecting mass as it's going, with the water hitting the frost, freezing as it goes, leave little beads of ice trickling along the ground, smacking into the wood platform, dealing 7 points of cold damage. Any sort of movement? Bonus action?
Nope, I'm going to hang tight in the cart right there. It's a cantrip, so I'm not terribly worried right now.
Alrighty, Ireena, go for it.
Not quite shoulder to shoulder with Panton. I will shoot my longbow alongside him from the cart.
13 hits.
Oh.
Given the fact that it's got people all around it, 13 points of piercing damage. Just 2 arrows. Wait. One
What?
dagger, 1 arrow stuck into the... No, shit, I can't remember. Somebody else attacked it with something, didn't they?
Crossbow bolt.
Yeah,
quarrel.
crossbow bolt. That's right. All right, yeah. Dealt 13 points of piercing damage, an arrow sticking into the side of the wood. Anderson.
He just goes, "Damn it, not again." And he's gonna just go up and just wail on this thing with his rapier. Let me...
Oh, and Ira would also like to yell out,
Sorry.
Ireena, and now's the chance to see if that armor's actually battle-worthy.
You take your rapier and you stab into it, and it just, the steel is good enough, and it kind of flexes a little bit, and it doesn't break, but you realize I'm gonna have to attack this a different way if I want to, like a different angle. You could still use the same weapon, but just can't stab forward as just natural one. Anyways,
just not there.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's my turn. Nope, nothing else.
Alrighty. Not succeeding in swallowing Nicodemus, it is going to rotate and just turn in its mouth wood like teeth, and you can see inside of it Honora and Anderson looking into the maw, and you can see the body inside of the mouth acting as almost like a tongue, like a uvula, and it collapses and it tries to bite at you, Honora. 18 to hit.
No.
18 doesn't hit?
Nope.
What's your AC?
19.
What?
Oh, my God. Oh, that's awesome.
I have a shield.
Gross.
Shield and the defense fighting stance, must be.
Yep.
Oh, that could have been
I mean,
dangerous.
Nico's is
there, too.
18. It's close, but I've got that defense, that extra point.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I
So,
somehow always get hit.
the noose hanging from up top of the gallows still swings, and is going to hit or attempt to hit you, Nicodemus. 15 to hit.
15 misses.
15 misses. Unfortunate. All right. Ireena hops down out of the front of the cart, pulls out her longsword. Yeah, she's able to get there. Runs right up next to you, Anderson, and two-handed slams into it. First one, 21 to hit,
nice.
dealing 12 points of slashing damage. Takes his second hit, 18 to hit. Both hit. Just
Those are both
chunking.
Ismark.
Oh, shit off.
I don't know if their stats are the same or not, but
They're not.
okay.
In fact, she
Just
doesn't
swap
even have a
turns.
longsword. She has a rapier. All right, so she runs up. Let's do this one more time.
Nope.
There you
Doesn't
go.
hit.
Aw.
That's some
Redacted.
bullshit retcon right there.
She comes up and she takes her
Sorry.
rapier and tries to jam it into the soft wood, and just kind of same way as you, Anderson. And she's kind of looking at you and seeing your rapier and her rapier both stuck relatively the same spot. In just a moment of acknowledgement, just kind of nods. Nicodemus, it's your turn.
I'm just as confused as you are.
I'm gonna pull my shield over in front of his body and action disengage and
Did she
back
get two
away.
attacks or just the one?
To what?
Ireena,
She
did
just
she
had
get
the
two?
one.
Oh, just the one. Okay.
No, I pulled up Ismark instead, and I was like, oh fuck, she's a badass too. Okay, so action disengage.
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
Alrighty, Honora, back to you.
Okay. We're gonna whap it.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, I think we're gonna hit it. 16?
Yeah, 16 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
And that's silvered short sword.
Yeah, the teeth coming out just as they collapse, just barely missing you. You take your short sword and you slash across, breaking off a couple chips of the wood that are acting as the teeth. What else do you do?
That is my turn.
Alrighty, Ismark, for real this time, is rolling with his longsword.
Oh,
First one misses, sinks into a spot that he already hit but wasn't able to, kind of gets stuck, pulls it out, slashes sideways, cutting out one of the support pillars, cleaving it straight off. The wood comes toppling out towards you, Honora, dealing 7 points of slashing damage. Panton, your turn.
How does this thing look right now?
I mean, there's a few chips and cracks in it, but overall, it's still standing.
All right, my allies are looking pretty healthy still, so we are going to Ray of Frost this one more time.
Okay. All right, that hits,
17.
dealing 3 points of cold damage, just kind of freezing up a little chunk of the wood. Ira, your turn.
Just take another shot at it.
Alrighty, 15 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. Panton, was there anything you wanted to do with your movement?
Nope, gonna hang tight and just chill on the back of the cart, or chill at the edge of the cart right now.
Alrighty, 9 points of piercing damage. Is there anything you want bonus action movement?
Am I allowed to just kind of like look around and see if there's anything else going on, or?
I'll say give me a perception check with disadvantage since you're kind of in combat and looking for something specific. Looking around, all the commotion going on, you see flocks of crows kind of scattering from some nearby trees, but you don't see or hear anybody else on the road. Or anybody else coming towards you. Nothing from over in this direction.
Okay.
By the graveyard. Anderson.
So Anderson just kind of like takes his sword out. And he's like, "Ew," and he's just gonna go at another spot with the rapier.
Okay.
7.
Stabbing into it again. It is just having a really difficult time piercing that wood.
He's just like, seriously? Yeah, it's my turn.
Alrighty. Right after you pierce it, or attempt to stab it again, the part right where you stab into it, the leg, breaks out of the ground another 2 feet deeper, mud and dirt clinging to it, and it just swings and tries to slam into you. 20 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
All right, smacking into you, dealing 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And as it kind of turns, its body shifting, it is going to make a bite attack at Ireena. And she parries it. It is now her turn. With the exposed mouth, she is going to stab into the mouth. 20 to hit.
There we go.
Dealing 4 points of piercing damage. Stabbing into the dead body that is inside. She retreats or pulls it out and just kind of takes another step off to the side. She's still within range of the mimic, but just skirting around the side from what she perceives is the potential threat. Nicodemus, your turn.
I'm gonna open up my holy text and cast Guiding Bolt, level 1. 21 to hit.
All right, roll for damage.
12 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
And then the next attack on it has advantage.
Yeah, blue-white flames erupt as you hit it. It just starts burning the wood, illuminating the light for Honora to have advantage with her next strike. Go ahead. You do anything else with your turn?
No, thank you. And my
No.
turn.
I'm going to reach out and I'm going to grasp onto a tooth or something and
Okay.
cast Shocking Grasp.
Alrighty. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
So it's actually Lightning springs from your hand to deliver shock when you touch, make a melee stealth. On a hit, and can't take reactions at the start of my next turn. Or its next turn.
It can't take a reaction?
Can't take a reaction.
Alrighty. You see the electricity just surge throughout the entire gallows, dealing 5 points of lightning damage. Anything else with your turn?
Nope.
Ismark.
Oh, no, actually, no. I want to tell Ireena to run. Ireena, step back. Stay back. Get away from it.
And she just responds quickly, I am no girl. And Ismark slashes out with two strikes, dealing a total of 20 points. Well, 20 points of slashing damage. This thing is looking very brittle. He's just cleaving into it. Wood cracking, splintering. The side that he was chipping away at is now broken apart, exposing more of the mouth and the inside. Looking in, you can see bones. Just massive pile of bones on the inside of this mimic. Probably previous people that were lured in. Panton, your turn.
Same as the last. We're going to cast one more Ray of Frost on him.
16 hits, dealing 4 points of cold damage. Seeing inside, now that the front half is kind of drooping, exposing its mouth, freezing the inside, that body crystallizes and shatters on the inside. It is just barely hanging on. Ira, your turn.
And Ira will follow up with a shot.
11 misses. Sailing just high into the rock wall behind. Anything with your movement? Same way with you, Panton. You doing anything with your movement?
Holding tight.
Okay.
Likewise.
All right, Anderson. This thing is looking bloodied, beaten. It is on its last leg.
Let's see. After getting vibe checked, Anderson is just going forward, and he's just bad. He wants to just hit something with this thing. So another angle with the rapier. 18.
All right, 18 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Be 6 piercing.
All right. Looking forward, and after that ray of frost hits it in the back of its throat, it clamps down, and you can see just for a split second orange eyes open, and you just stab right in one of the eyes as it closes its mouth, and you just hear sound of grinding wood and a shriek just as it just collapses in on itself. Defeated. Is no more.
All right.
Ending combat.
Mimics are the worst goddamn thing.
And be like, why can't anything just be what it's supposed to be? Ugh. And she'll go back to the cart and go back in. She's going to check the cart to make sure it doesn't come alive.
Ireena walks up to you. I am a woman. I can fight. You see this armor? I trained my whole life. I can take care of myself and sometimes, okay? With all of you around, it was fine. Don't treat me like little girl.
Sorry. That was not my intention, but sometimes being up close and in danger looking in the maw can be very overwhelming.
Hey, Anderson, check its maw and see if there's anything interesting in it.
Besides all those bodies of people less fortunate than us.
Why the hell am I listening to Panton? And I'm gonna just anything interesting in its maw.
Anybody that's going to attempt to climb into the rubble and search For anything good, give me an investigation check.
All right, I'll do that.
While they're in there looking, I'm gonna reach down and grab a pile of mud and
21.
press it between my two hands and conjure a pile of good berries.
As Ira's getting out of the cart, he'll say, "Are you alright, Nicodemus?"
Yeah, just a little hungry, and I'll snack on 2 good berries, and
Hey,
then
you
I'll
already
kind
ate
of
your
like,
soup?
yeah, long gone, and I'll kind of hold them out. Anybody else need a berry?
I'll take one if you don't mind.
You
Yeah, and
say
I'll-
as you're coming out of the mimic, and you have 2 things that you found of note. Around one of the necks of the skeletons, you found a leather strap holding a small crystal vial with some sort of clear liquid inside. And you also found a horn. Not sure what material it's made out of, but it looks like a hunting horn. And it's got like a platinum filigree.
DM, does it look cool?
I mean, yeah, if you find a hunting horn with platinum inlay in a band around the top cool, then yeah.
Well, I want to blow on that.
How come strange objects? Panton, Mom taught you better than that.
How often do you see a hunting horn? Like, I mean, you go hunting, but now we got a hunting horn? Look at that! That's awesome! Like, you can go out in the woods and you go, doo, and then all of a sudden, like, we can all come over to you, and then there's a deer right there, and look at that, we got fresh meat now. There you go, fantastic.
I mean,
We should
John,
blow on it.
what was the first one again? There was just a clear liquid in a vial.
Yeah, around a leather strap. It was a leather strap you pulled off of a skeleton's neck and a crystal vial with a stopper on top of it. Nicodemus, you were going to say something about the good berries as he was coming out.
Yeah, I had given, I had taken 2 of them and just gave the rest, which would be 8, to Anderson.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually need both of those to get back to full, so I'll take them. Unless anyone else needs them.
I gave you all 8 of them. I conjured 10 and 8 too, and gave you 8.
Okay, I'll
take
just.
a couple. They came in handy last time.
Okay.
4?
I guess I'll take 3 if there's 8 of them.
You
I'll
can
let you
only
agree.
eat.
Every
You can
day.
attempt to eat more, but I kind of house rule that you can't eat any more than 2 without having to make a Constitution saving throw, because technically it's a full day's worth of rations eating it. Ismark walks back to. It is quite a day. You're right. We should have just kept going. I am sorry.
No,
and he looks at you, Nicodemus, and kind of pats you on the shoulder. I am sorry for putting you in harm's way.
I'm used to it. They keep telling me not to touch things, and everything I touch ends up being a bad thing.
That one was my fault. I
Well,
did
at least it wasn't a door this time.
Yeah, don't take blame. I mean, if I would have saw it, I would have had the same reaction.
Not to mention, Ismark, it looks like it trapped many passerby, and now it won't anymore.
I mean, Mr. Ismark, I mean, do you have a problem with strange things eating people all the time? Like, I mean, that seems like it's twice now we've had to deal with something like that. So,
Twice today.
is that a problem here?
No, I think he was just regretful of the danger it caused us.
I've heard of things like this happen before. I can only imagine that it is Strahd's doing, toying with the people of the world. I haven't had it. This is the first time that it's happened to me personally.
Farther till we get to
Happened to us.
the
Probably
destination.
about 2 hours ride. We're almost there.
Okay.
To Madam
This
Eva,
has
right?
happened to us twice now.
I'm surprised there's a graveyard out here in the middle of nowhere. Ira will, from a distance, kind of like check out the gravestones and maybe just because there was a mimic just now, reach out his skeletal mage hand to kind of like tug on them a little bit just to make sure that it reacts.
You kind of touch a couple of the gravestones. Ismark kind of mentions, even though this wasn't always like this, sometimes we've had to hang people. Back this, somebody does something wrong, crimes against our own people. We would hold trial. More than likely, Brother Donovich would have, or Father Donovich would have been up for trial when I got back from delivering Ireena, and this very well could have been his fate. But regardless, we still honor and bury our dead.
Well, as long as you don't come back up, that's always a good thing.
As long as they are not cursed.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah, that's a better term for it.
Hey, what is that that thing with the leather strap that you found?
Just a clear liquid, it looks like. Do you want to look at it?
I mean, I could take a look, but I really can't tell you too much about it. I mean, I'm not some great mage or anything like that. And if he's holding it out, I'll just tink on the glass jar.
Okay. Is there anybody else that's kind of looking at it while he's looking at it?
Sure.
Yeah, as he's holding up, I'll take a look at it, knowing a few things about restorative medicine.
Nicodemus, you would recognize it right away as a vial of holy water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as Panton holds it up, I'll say, Panton, that's holy water.
Ah.
If you don't mind, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, it's all you, priest man. Here you go.
Wait, Nick, what happens if I drink that?
To you, I'm not sure. To most people, nothing. But I'm not sure how it would react with your lycanthropy.
Is that what you do with it? You just drink it?
No, it's generally used in rituals and ceremonies and some spellcasting.
Oh.
You dip your weapon in holy water, that it becomes blessed by God or something.
No, you would just have a wet weapon.
Oh, well, that's not as much fun.
That sounds like something that a priest would say to keep all the holy weapons for himself.
Time will tell. And I'll put it around my neck.
You're not really a great holy man either, mister. I'm going to feed the father to the son.
I never claimed to be the most
devout
that sounds follower.
That sounds like some religions I've heard of.
Yeah. When you put it like that, it's so on par. Some of the religions.
Wait, there are religions that feed the fathers to... I don't even want to think about that. Oh my god.
Well, don't think about it.
Here.
Yeah, let's just go.
Ismark, do you know of a good place that we can camp?
We're 2 hours away from Madam Eva's. We'll camp there.
It is true. We are very close. We will be able to get there. It will be nighttime, but we should be able to camp there for the night. I've seen their camp before. Hopefully, one of them will allow us to share our share their tent with us.
Ira, could you affix your lantern to the front of the wagon? Maybe give us some light.
Sure.
It definitely seems to be getting darker than normal here. I mean, it's night.
It is definitely getting around that time. It is definitely getting later into the day, for sure. You guys travel for another hour, and the road starts to gradually disappear. Now, even more so, just two kind of dirt trails, now mud filled with the water and the rain, trees coming closer and closer to the side of the wagon, not moving, but just growing closer as if the path has narrowed. As you get a little bit further, you can smell a campfire. You can hear the rushing of a river. And the canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way. There's a clearing. And next to the river you can see several hundred feet across, but there's 5 colorful tents, a roaring fire, several large draft horses kind of staked out next to the river. You have successfully reached the encampment. You know when you guys transition in.
Oh,
I'm in.
shit.
Yep, I
It's
mean,
like 20 pantons.
We're so colorful.
You see
or at least
Panton.
so
Oh,
many
they're
Vistani.
opens, too.
Oh shit. Where's the
It's
rest of
alright.
everybody else? Let me delete that Panton and pull everybody else in.
Oh wait, I see black screen.
He's got to pull you in first.
Yeah, I've got to put you in. Alright. Nora,
All right.
Anderson, Ira, Nicodemus. You guys seeing that as I'm putting it in?
yep.
Panton.
Yep.
The wagon comes to a halt. Several Vistani. One of them looks very familiar. The older gentleman that you met at the original camp that convinced you to come into the wagon comes wandering up. I see you finally made it.
No thanks to abandoning us on the road.
You must understand, it was a test.
Stand here.
We had to make sure that you were worthy to meet Madam Eva, of course.
Yeah, it
Stand
seems
me-
like we've
stand
passed
me,
the
right?
test.
We didn't have any warning. There was no. You didn't explain things to us. Why would you do that? How many people have died?
Fair enough. Many people have died, but it is fate. The cards are already laid out before you. You really don't have a choice in the matter but to follow. At least that's what Madam Eva says.
Wait,
Where is Madam
you
Eva?
really go ahead. Sorry.
She's over there in that tent and points to, you see a lot of circular tents, but you see one that's taller and more of a rectangle shape over here by the river.
Okay.
You promised to help us, and you just left us. It's not nice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, there are doors and things that are eating us, and people trying to drink our blood, and people stealing children in the middle of the night for meat pies. What's up with that? Are you selling those meat pies too?
No, I do not sell the meat pies. I am aware
Like-
of their properties.
You fed us children.
It was to help you sleep through the night so that we could make a quick departure.
Anderson kind of just like gets up and gets like closer to him. He says, "You couldn't have just used any kind of magic. You had to feed us people."
It was
Come on now.
This was less direct. You would have suspected if we were casting a spell or a charm or waving our hands or saying certain words, but eating a pie, no matter what it is, it's less threatening.
in the world that put people to sleep. You don't need what?
And Anderson just gets he just gets up in his face and says, "You're lucky I need to be here."
I will die when my time has come, as has been read in the cards. I'm sure if you wanted to kill me and I died, then it would be my time. But I know my fate, and you are not it.
Anything these people give you.
Noted.
Patton is going to start making his way through the crowd and beelining it right for the big tent.
Okay. You're able to do so.
Uncaring about the discussion that they're all having now about the merits of feeding us children pies.
That's a good way to put it.
Right now, she's obviously going to follow him. One note, Nora.
Everybody else had that way?
Yeah, I kind of scowl. I kind of like give a quick scowl at the old guy, but I eventually follow.
Okay.
Ira is cart and is also scowling at Stanimir and fingering arrows in his quiver. And just really debating.
I'm gonna.
What was in the cards for you, old man?
Step back and kind of join Ira. Kind of stand side by side.
Oh, whatever it is, it was not you. And he turns his back and starts to head towards the camp.
Don't do it.
Shoot him or not?
Do it. Do not do it. Resist the urge to be a murder hobo.
They outnumber us quite a bit.
I'll reach over and grab Ira's hand. Or arm, not his hand. And she's like, it's not worth it, man. Like, this old man doesn't know what he's talking about. Let him live his life.
If anything, shooting him would prove the point.
Yeah, but his followers would just say, oh, that's what was in his card. There's no way to appease people like this. They read into whatever they want and dismiss everything else.
Let me replace.
Might not appease him, but it would appease me.
Actual token, there we go.
I mean, I cannot stop you. You choose to loose an arrow in his direction. That is your choosing. But, as we discussed earlier, maybe we take pause before we end life.
This might probably be one of the few chances we get. Don't you understand? He's the one who brought us here, who put us through all of this. It was all a trick.
It was all of our own free will. I mean, yes, there was some guys to it, but we all chose to.
Guys were left in a cart rolling through the muck, get attacked by wolves, led into a house full of death.
As I said, I will not stop you. I agree. He deceived us, but we all jumped on that cart willingly.
Stanimir grabs small, what appears to be a frog leg on a stick from one of the other Vistani and holds it over the fire. Just kind of looks off in your direction, nods and grins, and then shakes his head towards Madam Eva's camp and gives you a wink.
Ira, let's see what this Madam Eva has to say. And I'll depart Ira to figure out what he wants to do.
Was Stanimir looking at me or Nicodemus?
He was looking at you.
But I assume I saw it as well.
Yeah, you saw it, but he was
okay.
definitely making eye contact with Ira.
Ira, are you coming?
If nobody is stopping me, I'm going into the tent.
Okay. I'll give you a moment alone with her once we narrate this real quick.
That's fine.
Ira will just reach out the hand.
Slap him with the mage hand. Sorry, didn't mean to kill the dramatic moment.
And just not look at him at all, and then just go into the tent, kind of dead faced.
Panton, you're the first one
Yes.
to make your way through the camp or through the tent, and as you pull it back, you see magic flames in the back of the room, casting a reddish glow over the interior of the tent. You can see a low table covered in black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depth. At last you have arrived. I've been waiting some time to see you.
Are you Madam Eva?
And as she looks up underneath of her colorful cloak, her colorful hood, that I am. Why don't you come
Will
a
immediately make a
little
beeline
closer.
and sit across from her at the table.
It's Panton, is it not?
That's so cool that you know my name. How'd you know my name?
I know much about you, young Panton. You were destined to be here. I could see it. In the cards, in the crystal ball. Yeah, I saw at that party with your parents when you... kaboom? I see things. And Honora and Anderson, you file in. And she looks up and looks at the both of you. A little later than I expected, but here, nonetheless, Honora. Atreus, step in.
Did he tell?
So you know why I'm
Sandomir
here.
must have told you.
I know all things. Present and past, and I can only help with the future.
Don't
Right.
take this the wrong way, madam, but I tend to make my own destiny.
It's really taking a lot in me right now, just to word vomit everything. So I'm just trying to really struggle and hold it in, but I really need you to help me out with my, as you called it, kaboom. Just, if you can, that would be great. And
Be quiet, little one. We will get there. Just wait one moment. And she kind of holds up her fingers. And Nicodemus walks into the room. Nicodemus, glad to see you. Come closer. I'd say have a seat, but you can stand.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, I presume, Madam Eva.
You know who I am just as much as I know who you are.
Correct.
I know you're here to talk about why I brought you here. And Ira walks into the room. Welcome, Ira. Come stand close to everyone gathered around close to the table. We are about to listen to a card reading and a little story, maybe.
When she says cards, I want to pull out mine and Panton's cards. Hey, are these yours?
As you reach into your pocket or where you feel that they are no longer there. But she sees
What?
you fiddling
Searching.
for them, and she splays the 5 cards out onto the table. In time, child, we will talk about these cards. Okay? Here. And she pulls out the rest of them and she sticks all 5 of the cards back into the deck and starts shuffling them. You came here based on fate. I read it in these cards. I saw your faces in this crystal ball, letting me know that these cards belong to each one of you in particular. And she splits the cards into 2 separate piles. And she takes the top card from one of the piles and she sets it face down in front of you, and she makes kind of a plus symbol. 3 cards by 3 cards. So a total of 5 cards on the table, just in a cross.
Right.
And these cards lay out your fate. What you do with it from here on out is completely up to you. But you are here, and you are here until you can defeat Strahd von Zarovich. Or maybe you won't. And you will perish like all the rest. But I have faith in this group. And if you listen to my words very carefully, I will give you all the information you need to know to defeat him. Do you listen? Do you watch?
I have 2 questions.
Yes, child.
How many groups have come through here, and why us?
37. Because the cards told us. The cards called to you. You have no choice. Even if I did not send Stenimir, you would have all wound up here in Barovia. I know it. I read it in the cards. I just expedite the process.
No way.
But why did he have to feed us the children pies?
Just to get you, it's all a plan. Get you to right in front of their manor. You know, drop you off. If you would have struggled, if you would have fought, then maybe you would have wound up in the woods. You would have. It's all part of the plan to give you the best odds of survival. If you wouldn't have seen the gruesome things that you saw at Durst Manor, well, then maybe you wouldn't have still had the same desire to defeat Strahd. You saw what he did to those people. You saw what he did to that house. You saw him, did you not? I know you did.
Tell me something, madam. You seem to know a lot of things, don't you?
I know that this card, and she flips over the first card, tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. And she flips over the merchant. Seek a cask that once contained the finest wine, of which not a drop remains. What was your question?
Hey. Nico, wasn't that your card?
Let me ask you.
That was my card.
Don't get me wrong, I don't particularly believe in this stuff, but you seem to have a weird amount of information on all of us. How?
And she waves her hand over the crystal ball and peers into it. Make a perception check.
All right. 15.
As you look at the crystal ball, you make out the faint shapes of Ireena and Ismark and the rest of the Vistani huddled around the campfire. And then she waves her hand again. I can see things far and wide.
And what is that?
It is a crystal ball. It is mine. I've had it for as many years as I am old.
Go on.
You have doubt. I can sense it. This was your card, was it not? And flips over the card on the opposite side, showing the beast. This card sheds light on the one who will help you greatly in the battle against the darkness. The beast, a werewolf, holds a secret hatred for your enemy. Use her hatred to your advantage.
I admit
Werewolf.
that's a cute trick.
What did you say, Sarah? Or Honora?
Said her, we have a werewolf, and then I went, oops.
And she looks at you. I know. Why do you think why do you think the cards chose him? Flipping over another card. This card is the card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword made of sunlight.
What card is
And
it?
you look at the shepherd. Find the mother. She who gave birth to evil holds the answer you seek.
Nora, that was your card.
This card
Well, of anybody who gave birth to people.
flips it over. This card tells of a powerful force, of good, in protection, a holy symbol of great hope. The trader. Look to the wizard of wines. In wood and sand the treasure hides.
Panton is going to slowly start backing away from the table.
And as you do, she peers deep into your eyes, penetrating your soul. Flipping it over. The broken one. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. He haunts the tomb of the man he envied above all. I will share this with all of you so you can reference it.
All good work,
Alright.
John.
So he's gonna. I should have a question. Sorry, I had a question. I can't think of it now. It'll come to me.
Looking over you all. You are more than welcome to stay with us on this night. It is wet, it is rainy. You can stay in the tent next to mine. I've already had it cleared out. It will hold all 7 of you. Snugly, but it will.
Let me ask. Before we got.
Who's
go
the
ahead.
Who's the 7th?
You mean
Ismark
the
and Ireena.
Ismark and Ireena.
Oh,
She wasn't counting Lancelot, I think.
He is
Now-
but dog. He can sleep outside maybe if you want.
I need him. Nope, he sleeps with me. I'll share my
Now-
bed.
Tell me, before I got here, before I met your Vistani friends out there, before I got this card, I had a bit of a nightmare. Is that your doing?
It was.
And how could you contact us out there from in here?
There are some people that transcend The curse that is upon these lands. I am one of those. My brother is the other.
And your brother being?
The one you seek to kill.
And there it is.
And that's where
Able-
we'll end for tonight.
Oh, man.